So this is the matrix that we've developed roughly to evaluate the four options. And I think it's important to note why we do this. So we do it because it's a good way to go through very systemically and kind of create or order your thinking around what is a good option, for one thing. And then we also do it because what we do now in September as a building committee is going to really be voted on. I made this point before, but voted on in April or June of next year. So it's important that we have a record of what we talked about and did in September, and it's important that the public understand that it was an open and transparent and as objective as possible. I mean, inherently, some of these are going to require subjective kind of ratings, if you will. But
We need to come to a common agreement on what each one of the categories and the criteria, the evaluation criteria, that should be set up and promulgated in advance. Because what I might think education is might be different than what Michelle is. But if we agree to what that term is, then we're all looking at it through the same lens, right? I think there should be a discussion on the weighting criteria and how, and have consensus among the committee about what the weighting criteria should be. Different people will see different things, but I think once you agree to what the criteria are and then how to weight it, and then the last part that I would tell you in all of this, I think you should do both the weighted and the unweighted results as a point of comparison.
Ron, are we trying to score them in consensus as opposed to like each of us taking a card and putting like what we think are our individual votes and then summarizing it? You're suggesting that the working group with you guys will come up with a recommended score, and then you'll come back to us and you'll say, okay, we're saying education is 5-3-4-3 or whatever, right? And then we'll do what you're saying.
it has to be, well, the idea is I would say, is
Have to
always
get
to
to
come up with
consensus at the end.
one scoring table that gets put on the website and tells
Right,
people, this
right.
is how the committee. So there may be, obviously, there could be, in any committee, somebody might not particularly agree with one score, but, is it really worth the hill to die on because you agree generally with
Then
what
you
the
would go with the
conclusion is?
individual, right, and then take the average of all the votes. Because that way.
That's the way to resolve it. I think that would be
That's
the way to
question. See,
resolve.
And I
the
would be in
score-
favor of the individual,
differences.
that way you're not, every individual a part of the committee has an impact of what they think.
Yeah.
We could have the open discussion about that and allow members of the committee to say what they think or how they believe or why they vote or would support, but then vote and then take the mean and apply that